Hey ha rahne ha rahne ha rahne ha rahne rahne Yahoah leopeo ya teko hena ya teko hena ya teko hena ha Yaholah ho ha ya teko hena ha lehope ho. Hanawa Guru Netroots Nation. My name is Prairie Seminole, and I'm honored to bring you the greetings of these lands on the ancestral homelands of the Lenape people, the original people. I've got a PowerPoint, guys. Is it waiting for me? Oh, there we go. There we go. This is like a cartoon detonator. It's kind of funny. I hope you like my PowerPoint. I dusted off my skills for Netroots Nation. So the Lenape people, the original people, who have been pushed further away, like many tribes across the country, no longer having access to their sacred grounds. Across the world, countries are beginning to face the hard truths about the atrocities and genocides that were committed against the first peoples of the land, the indigenous people. Countries such as Australia have acknowledged the way they treated the Aboriginal people, including mass child removals, and have issued an apology. Canada had the Truth and Reconciliation Decade that they began to acknowledge the wrongdoing against First Nations peoples. They now look for ways to support those who are now elders or adults. Even now we see that here in the US, there is healing needed so desperately. But healing can't come without truth. The truth about our experience here on the land, our indigenous people's experience as a whole, or as individuals, and as tribes. Long before the arrival of Europeans, North America, Turtle Island, was home to millions of people who lived in thousands of distinct societies, formed hundreds of nations, sharing, hunting, farming societies with their own languages, cultures, and traditions. These nations had their own laws and ways of governing. There are now only 577 federally recognized tribes corralled onto 310 reservations. And even on these lands, this is where we taught our young people about life. This is where we came of age and community. This is where we traveled and learned the wonders of the earth and waters and of our human beingness. Here's where we loved and where we buried our dead. There have been recent deaths of Indigenous people and children while in the custody of the US Border Patrol. It emphasizes the grave consequences due to the lack of meaningful access to Indigenous language speakers by the American Border Patrol. Latin America has over 800 different indigenous peoples with a total population of 45 million people who speak over 488 documented languages, most who do not speak Spanish or English. Voices are on the rise, our own, and allies like you here at Netroots Nation, allies such as Representative AOC from New York City, stated that Latino people are descendants of Indigenous people and cannot be criminalized simply for their identity or status. Recently, California Governor Gavin Newsom apologized to Native people for their violence and wrongdoings they suffered during the state's history and called their mistreatment genocide. Despite centuries of efforts of government and churches to assimilate us, Indigenous people, we continue to resist and pass down our languages, ceremonies, land-based practices, and ways of governing. But the violence of colonization has left a tremendous burden of pain on all of us. And we don't need any more broken promises. What we need is new relationships, real change together with steps and real action by all of us. Today, more Native youth graduate from high school and go on to attend college. In 2019, the highest number of Indigenous medical school graduates ever across the country were seen. In the last few years, we've seen more Native youth and women leading movements like Idle No More, Standing Rock, missing and murdered Indigenous women, girls, and transgendered people, Water Walkers, Indigenous Women Rising. Today, more Native people are being elected into local, state, and federal leadership positions than ever before. History is being made with Native women being elected into Congress. This is important because within our systems of government, decisions are being made that affect our lives. Earlier this year, we finally witnessed the first Native American actress to be cast in a lead role in mainstream TV, a proud San Carlos Apache woman named Siobhan Elira Rose. There continues to be more and more support for our Two-Spirit and LGBT young people, relatives who have and always been sacred to our people and our communities. Our tribes are reclaiming our ancestral rights, protecting our lands, bringing back our languages, traditional foods, reviving our culture. Young people are leading the way. Today, we are seeing more firsts in our history for our people, and it is because of our resiliency and passion and the strength and vision strengthened by allies like you all in this room. This is why we do the work that we do. We know that our people need healing, all of us, and we know that truth is the first step. We're all here for a reason, through a lens of justice, from our own experiences. While you're here at Netroots Nation, I hope that you connect with one another, see the intersections of our narratives and our shared histories, and lift up our collective voice, justice, dignity, and a future that we all belong in. And for all of us Indigenous people, we are still here. We survive. We're strategists, we're doctors, we're organizers naturally, but we are still here. Thank you, Netroots Nation. Good luck this week.